I bought GarageBand and I was like rocking on GarageBand for the time. Like at the time, I was like, "Yo, let's go." And then I don't know, my homie at the middle school, he went to me and was like, "Yeah, your tracks are shit." And I was like,
A hater. That was your first hater.
"No." I was like, "Why?" And it was like, "Yeah, because you're not producing on FL." All right. I was like,
Mm.
"Yo, what the hell is FL Studio?" It was like, "Bro, searching on Google and you see." I know I went to search on Google and I was like, "All right." And then I downloaded on my mom's PC and she got mad and she just literally like deleted it. I was like,
Oh
"Oh my
no.
God." So I went there again and I literally like, downloaded it on my USB stick, and then I went to school in the
Oh.
library of the school, and I tried it on there. And then I was literally producing every year, like every time on the demo version, so you cannot save it. And I
Uh-huh.
was literally producing there for like a while. Like I like for like 3 months or something. I was like try harding and like trying to learn. And my mom, she bought a new PC and then she gave me her PC. And then there started everything, like I started making
Hmm.
music. And my first alias was DCR
Hmm. Oh.
until 2019. FBI.
It's nice to finally meet you and talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think we have already chat on by
Like,
email, maybe
I think we might have chatted with you via DM on Insta or
DMs
Twitter,
and email.
maybe.
I think,
Email.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, with welcome, yeah. Hmm.
yeah. I I
Yeah.
I was like, because I really like to actually get in loop on my emails so I can get a little bit of control of what's
Yeah.
happening. Because I'm a super like anxious person, so I'm like, yo, if I don't have any control, if I don't know what the hell is happening here, I'm just
Yeah.
like getting lost. So every time I'm like, yo, all right, this is this person, all right, everything's fine, all right, thank you.
Yeah. You're like, please just CC me so I have that link to
Yeah,
the assets when it comes time to
sometimes
post.
sometimes tell my manager is like, so I've talked to this person and we are all right. And I'm like, why I don't know that? Like
Yeah, you're
you.
like, hmm.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, can you tell me please? And it's like, yeah, sorry.
That's funny. Yeah, we
But
just recently kind of started talking to your manager. I know we worked with
yeah,
him before, but like recently we've kind of been working together more with the remix
yeah,
coming out and all of that. So y'all have been great to work with.
yeah, he's so cute. Like he's so like we
Cute.
just like literally we just like so cute. Sometimes it was like, yo, I love you, bro. Yeah, I love you too, bro. Yo, let's go. And like it's been like, I mean, 4 years since we started working, and then it's like amazing how we got to work well each other, and we
Hmm.
literally became friends along that, and it's like so cool. That's why I cannot change, my manager for anything in the world. It's literally
It
the
was
best.
funny. We looked him up on Instagram last week, I think it was, and his bio's like your girlfriend's favorite manager or something like that. I was like, oh, that's the kind of guy.
He's that kind of guy. Yep.
Yeah, he's like literally.
Very friendly, I will say.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
super nice, super nice.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
saw his Instagram story too that he was saying that Q1 is going to be very busy with traveling. And I was over here like, oh, I'm super jealous. And he was just like, oh, it's for work. It's nothing exciting. It's just for meetings. And I was like, well, at least you're racking up the mileage points. But I just found out that in Europe, you guys don't have any sort of like airline points. That's what he was telling me.
yeah, we don't have anything, which is like, yeah, it's it's really really tough,
That
especially
is.
now. It's super tough, and super especially now with there's like a lot of strikes, a lot of like
Hmm.
since like since the fuel got up a little bit, like in terms of price, everything just got expensive, and it's yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
inflation has been so bad here, especially in Colorado, where like a lot of people are moving to Denver because it's a really nice place to live and like people are really
Yeah.
educated and progressive. But rent here, like median rent here is like 1,800 for a single.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
It's
Oh,
Yeah.
outrageous.
My friend
oh
actually
my-
just posted on Instagram the other day that the apartments that he used to live in downtown Denver, he used to live in a 2-bedroom. It was about like 2,100 when he used to live here. Now it's 3,800 in downtown Denver for a 2-bed,
a-
2-bath.
Oh
3,800,
my god.
dude. Like
38.
Ain't who's
that's like
making that
what
kind of money?
that's
Like,
literally, and he lives in Santa Monica now, right by the beach, and that's what he's paying for a townhome, literally.
jeez.
Oh my god. Oh my
Can I
god.
win
I
the
hear.
lot? Dude, if I won the lottery, like all y'all would be getting gifts. I would be like sending people stuff. I'd be like, here's your rent. Like I'd be like paying people's rent.
Or like, you get a house, you get a house,
You
you
know
get a
what?
house.
Like I think like if I get it, like if I win the lottery, I'm just like buying this big building, and then just like like people live there for free. All the
Mhm.
homies live there for free, and like no one pays rent, and then everyone is like cool with it instead of like actually like paying rent. Because oh my god, it's so bad. Even here, it's so bad.
That
I
would
know
be so
friends.
funny though.
I know
Like if
friends that
you
have like two bedrooms, like one like yeah 14,000. No, 1,400. I was like,
Mhm.
oh my god, like it's expensive. Like especially when you just get like the same price, like you
Yeah.
get the same money to leave.
Mhm.
That's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say how funny it would be if you did actually win the lottery and you actually did buy like a condo complex and like who would you want to live in that?
Oh my god, like all the homies, like literally all the homies, like, yo, I'll just start to like hit up people. Yo, want to live here? You just want to live here?
Yeah.
First come,
First
first
come,
serve.
first serve.
Yeah,
Cheeks.
literally. Especially
And there
dubstep
would be like
producers.
catering every day. Like
And then like, and then a Dex, for dubstep, and just have like
Yeah,
Mhm.
a competition, just chop some
exactly.
rhythm.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just have like this one room where people just go there to actually DJ, and then they all have like the DJ like kind of like apartment with where everyone's like go there and DJs. But yeah.
It would be like a frat house kind of. Like I could
Yeah.
see it turning into a frat house.
The trench frat house.
Oh my god, exactly. Imagine.
That's
Well,
hilarious.
anyways, we actually were, I mean, obviously, by the time this podcast drops, you'll all have your Welcome Records remix out, which is
Yeah,
exciting.
let's
Uh-huh.
go.
Yes, super hyped for that.
Yeah,
And also Love Me on Monster Cat.
a Monster Cat. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, dude, you're pumping out those tracks. Like, do you have any
yeah.
plans to come out to the US eventually? Maybe
So
sometime this year?
we kind of we me and the team. I mean, like everyone's like working on the visa right now. So we definitely have that planned for this year. Just cross fingers for
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah,
Praying.
please. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's been super stressful actually. Like I never had. I mean, I'm always that one guy that actually made this like his music to express myself and stuff, and like now having it like as an actual job and seeing lawyers and visa and like talking about like going from to like from my house to the other side of the world. It's just like weird at the same time, it's stressful. Not because I'm moving, it's more like it's because your music is becoming your job
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
more than everything. I kind of dream about that, for years, and now that it's happening, I'm like, yo, oh shit, it's happening.
It's surreal. Yeah.
It's real and it's right now, and I'm like, oh my god, what should I do? What I'm doing? Am
Yeah.
I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Am I doing like cool? Am I like I don't know, like there's a lot of things, and like I'm someone that actually overthinks a lot. And like
Mhm.
when I overthink, I literally go way like when I overthink, I literally, it's literally like when you're playing a game of choices. That's why I love playing games with like multiple choices. But when
Mhm.
you have like a lot of endings, and then you just don't know what choice to actually make to actually have the right ending. So it's literally my head every time. It's like yo,
Mhm.
I need to do a lot of choices, and I don't know what she's getting. So yeah, it's
Yeah, like
stressful.
yeah, it's hard to like focus on that one thing. Like, all right, this
Yeah,
is what we need to
exactly.
do. Like your brain is just going all over the place.
Exactly. That's
Mhm.
why like the agents, the manager are a big help for me because they can say, yo, Danny, this is the right way. All right. Just yeah,
Yeah, like do
go
these
this way.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually they just like literally tell me, yo, you're doing a great job. I'm like,
Mhm.
real? You don't need anything else? Like literally, like and I mean, I can make more music, and like they're like, bro, you're just already making a lot of music, and I'm like, all right, then, all right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
You gotta
will
have a
say like
team.
my response to that is two-part. Number one, I know it can be really fucking scary, like going through the visa process and not knowing the uncertainty of like how will this new audience in a new country perceive me, especially like having to get live performances and like the money thing and all of that. But the second part of that, I will say, is like people in America think that you are killing it. Like you are literally one of the hottest artists in Europe right now, and people are loving you. So
But like
you should
that's
have a ton of
weird.
confidence.
Yeah, that's weird because like I'm literally like the same kid that I was like I don't know like 10 years ago. It's been like 10 years. I'm making music, so it's like I know people even here like people go to me and be like, yo, what's up, Dr. Ushūu? And they'll be like, yo, what's up? And then I'm like, oh shit. Oh, you're talking about me. Oh, sorry. Oh,
You're
all
like, I
right.
am Dr. Ushūu.
Oh, yeah. Or
You're
something
like,
like,
oh yeah, I'm him.
yeah, I came to a point there, some people came to me. There was like this young woman that came to me last time I was in Belgium. Yeah. And
Mhm.
she was like, yo, can I take a picture with you? Because you're my favorite artist and everything. And I was like, yeah. And but I wasn't realizing yet what it means for her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, being myself all the time. I'm just myself. You know what I mean? If I'm like on a Discord call and I'm laughing all the time, it's the same as in real life. There's no like filters or like there's a lot of people that actually like have a lot of like confidence on internet and then go like in real life and then actually they are shy. I'm literally the same thing as in real life and in on internet. So
Right.
even like I answer everyone that actually sends me or answers me my Discord, like my Instagram stories. I'm replying, yo, thank you, yo, what's up, yo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
That's
people
amazing.
be like, yo, I never thought you actually replied me. I'm like, why? Because I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, why?
There's a lot
That's the
of artists
thing.
out there that like just don't, interact with their fans or anyone. I feel like that's why artists like Subtronics, for example, like every time after a show, he would take the time to meet his
Mhm.
fans, smoke a joint with them, take
Yeah,
pictures, sign autographs. He always responds to people's comments and, he's just so thankful for everyone and he's constantly showing that gratitude. I think that's what we love about you too, is that like
Mhm.
you're your true self, you're authentic. And
yeah.
like
I mean,
I just love like your post that you made too of you like talking about the remix and then you swipe to like a selfie picture with like the bass face. Like I thought that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that was
Like
gold.
people
yeah,
love that type of content, because they're like at the end of
yeah.
the day, you are human. So like just be your true
Exactly.
self and people will
Mhm.
gravitate towards that.
That's what I say actually. Like to my friends, I'm like, yo, sometimes we just make points like, yo, how's Danny? Your algorithm is like working. I'm like, because I'm literally being myself. You just like
Yeah.
put your picture about yourself. I literally, you literally saw on like, you literally see on my Instagram, like you have like, I don't know, 1,000 like, not, I'm just kidding, but like 1,000 likes on a picture of me, just like, doing dumb stuff, and like what, like, 100 likes on, just a cover art, because people
Mhm.
actually, a cover art, it's literally like not organic, and like, they know that the face is here, the
Yep.
person is here, and actually they recognize me. Sometimes I'm like, yo, how did you recognize me on in real life? And then people are like, yo, bro, literally, like, you are the same person as here. So I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I'm true, yeah. All right.
Yeah. And like for upcoming artists, y'all should remember that, because that means you'll have longevity. Like if you are
Yeah.
your true self 100% of the time, then like no one can take that away from you.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're another person online, or if you're another person like through your brand, I feel like you can get burnt out on that, and that's something that like you can lose interest in over time.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, like, I sometimes I see a lot of producers, trying to actually create a lore, and then it's not their their true selves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think so. They are like this true selves of like they. You just need to be real. Sometimes, all right. Sometimes people create new personas because they are super shy in real life, and I get that, and it's like super. And I really like respect that, because personally, if I was shy in real life, even in music, I will just like shut, like, just shut myself. You know what I mean? Actually, like, just be another one. But like sometimes, if you're, I mean, we are all cool persons, in real life. Sometimes you just like need time to actually like adapt. But yeah, like sometimes I'm like, yo, let me just post this dumb picture of me like sleeping, because I sleep a
Yes.
lot, and then it's like, and then people like, oh, Danny, you slept again. It was just like, you slept again. And I'm like, yeah.
You're like,
Yeah,
it's what I do.
yeah,
Like,
that's what I do.
yeah.
Literally, like every festival, I'm just sleeping. It's literally the truth. Like every festival, I don't know like one single festival that I didn't actually like fell asleep over a set. I don't know why, but like it's everything. It's every time, like, because I don't know. I have like this thing that I don't really sleep over the night, like at night. So I just sometimes, if like I need to sleep, I just sleep. No matter what, even if it's like Marauder playing, I'm just sleeping, literally.
You
Dubstep
fall
puts you to
asleep to
sleep.
Murata.
No, I never slept on a Marauder set, because he's the
How
he's
could
the
you?
homie. Yeah, and also he's like the homie, so I'm like, yo, let me respect the homie. Like he's playing, so I'm not sleeping. Where like DNB
Like
sets, for example.
metaphorically.
Yeah, like for example, every neuro set I actually slept. Every, like, you can give me one neuro set that I actually been there, I slept, because neuro DNB is not the kind of thing that I really like. So every time it's like, and then people are like, Danny, how you're sleeping? I'm like, I don't know, I just slept. Like, I don't know.
You're like in the green room, like
Not even in the green room, even like in front of the, like, on the sound system. I'm not even
Oh, God.
kidding.
I need
people
to
are
get
like poking you.
Yeah, it'd be like, Danny, you cried. I'm
Like,
like, yeah,
sir.
let me
that's
sleep.
like TikTok content right there. That would go
Mhm.
viral.
Yeah,
True.
Just
you need to have Tom record you.
Yeah.
you're a dubstep act when you're like literally asleep at the show.
Asleep. Yeah, at the show. Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. So like you said you've been making music for 10 years now,
Yeah.
with like a decade. That's crazy. So like how did this all start for you? Like how did you come up with the name Dr. Ushūu? Like how did your journey all start?
So, I came to France. I was like 12 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, 12
So you're
years old.
22 right now.
No, I'm 24. And
You had to,
then
you had
like
to
the
think about
first,
that.
yeah, yeah, I had to.
You're like, wait, how old am I?
Yeah, how old am I?
I don't even know what year it is, to be honest.
And then Like the first 2 years are I've been like really like I've been really like difficult because I had to learn the language because I didn't spoke French before, and like I had to learn the language. I needed to actually adapt on a country that I really don't really like want it to be.
Did you speak
And
English before?
yeah,
Okay.
I started to speak English in Portugal because Portugal we have like a really like cool English like education
Community?
there, like
Oh, yeah.
education there, like because story wise they like England and Portugal have been connected for a while.
Mhm.
Then yeah, like everyone speaks English. I mean, not everyone, but like most of
The
the people, most of
majority.
the young people, they're just like speak English fluently or almost fluently. And so I really like spoke like English before, and I went to France. I was like, oh my God, no. And then I was trying to speak French. I didn't have like any really like real friends, especially because all my life was in Portugal at the time. So I came to a new country. I didn't want to actually like I needed to actually speak French and meet people. So the second year that I was there, uh, there was like these guys. They were talking, and I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And then we started to chat, and then they were like, "Yo," they were speaking about music, and I was like, "Yo, I listen to EDM too." They're like, "Oh, for real?" And then they were like, "Yo, do you know Skrillex?" And I was like, and then the same
Skrill
night
who?
I went, yeah, and then at the same night I went to like Google. I was like Skrillex, and then oh shit,
You're like, word.
oh oh
Like,
oh,
damn,
all
okay.
right, and then goes like, and then like similar tracks, Moonstep, and I was like, oh, Kill the Knives,
Mm.
oh, Pendulum,
Well, 12th
oh,
Planet.
12 Planet, oh, and then I was like, oh my God, what's that? And then the dubstep thing like came into my life. Then I was like, well, searching. I don't know, like names like Hardwell, Martin Garrix at
Hmm.
the time, and
Oh,
it was like, oh my God, Big Room. So
Big Room. Yes, Big Room never dies.
let's go.
It never dies.
and
Nope.
and then like I was like, all right, so this is cool. And then you know I'm someone that actually like when I love what topic, I'll just search it for days and days and days. And the more I get interested on, the more I want to try it. And like when I mean try is like make it. I don't know, like for example, if I love Pokemon, I'm gonna like search every little thing until I actually play every little game of Pokemon so I can actually experience it myself. So the same was with music. So I was like, oh my God, I need to actually experience that. Like how what does they feel like? What's that does that feel when they play in front of people? What does that feel when they make tracks? Wait, how
Hmm.
they make tracks? Oh, hi, hey, how I make EDM? And then I went to the point that my father gave me an iPad, and I started to actually make music on the iPad. I tried the one like how's it called? That one website called clubcreate.com that was like
Hmm.
a site that's now the site is now down. But like
Hmm.
at the time it was like a real cool site with like loops, and then you just like actually take loops from other tracks and put in the one track and then just make one track. It was like, all right, cool. And then I had the iPad of my father that he gave me. He gave me his iPad mini. And then I was like,
Yeah.
yo, can you give me €5 so I can buy GarageBand? And it was like, yeah, of course. And then I bought GarageBand, and I was like rocking on GarageBand for the time. Like at the time I was like, yo, let's go. And then I don't know, my homie at the middle school, he went to me and was like, yeah, your tracks are shit. And I was like,
A hater. That was your first hater.
no. I was like, why? And it was like, yeah, because you're not producing on FL. all right. I was like, yo, what the hell is FL Studio? It was like, bro, searching on Google and you see. And I know I went to search on Google and I was like, all right. And then I downloaded on my mom's PC and she got mad and she just literally like deleted it. I was like,
Oh,
oh my
no.
god. So I went there again and I literally like, downloaded it on my USB stick, and then I went to school in the
Oh,
library of the school, and I tried it on there, and then I was literally producing every year, like every time on the demo version, so you cannot save it, and I
Uh-huh.
was literally producing there for like a while, like I like for like 3 months or something. I was like try harding and like trying to learn. And my mom, she bought a new PC, and then she gave me her PC, and then there started everything. Like I started making
Mhm.
music, and my first alias was DCR
Hmm. Oh.
until 2019. 2019, and I started with like
oh,
big room. I started making big room progressive house and like Melbourne bounce too. Those three
ooh,
genres, like,
okay.
because they were like really popular at the time, and I was more into like this Martin Garrix hardwell
Avicii.
TGR Dioro style. You know what I mean? So I was like,
That was
oh
big in
my,
Europe too
yeah,
at the
that
time.
was really big in Europe. It still is, by the way.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah.
though
Main
you don't
stage.
really, yeah, it's like, yeah, countries like Portugal, they just have like big room artists being headliners all over the year. It's crazy.
Yeah. It reminds me of like the
And
Tomorrowland main stage
exactly, it's
Yes.
literally the
Oh.
same thing.
and like
And I'm like,
Ibiza. Ibiza, they just have like house and big room artists basically.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm making that. Then I made that for like years, like 2 years, 4 years maybe. And then I stopped. I always love melodic genres, and like always love things like labels like Monster Cat, like
Hmm.
Beat Bird at the time, Trap Nation.
Mhm.
So I started to make like feature bass for a
Cool.
while, and I started to make it, and I wasn't bad at it. I was really like cool with it, but like it wasn't really like you know like the best thing I ever did, but like was like, actually like I was super cool with it. I had like some cool supports by OK at the time. Martin Garrix supported one of my tracks too.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
huge.
yeah. I was like, oh,
I
what?
would
And
shit
like,
myself.
yeah,
Yeah. He
literally,
was
I was
probably like
like,
16 at the time.
no, he was really older than it seems, because it was like in 2018, I think.
Oh, okay.
So he was like older, and yeah, I got the support of like those guys, and I was like, oh my god, that's huge. And
That
then
was the year that we saw him at Tomorrowland, Chrissy, 2018
Mhm. I
yo,
remember.
main
and
stage.
then
Oh,
oh my god, you
Yeah.
guys making me like jealous right now. Like,
Oh,
but yeah,
core memory.
and then yeah, then like I was like, yo, 2018 was literally like one of the best years also for bass music, because
Hmm.
it was a year where all this new generation was coming and popping, like how the like the bro step was not being like was not existing anymore, and like the bro step became like kind of like the heavy dubstep from now, and then you had like a lot of artists and like the popping, and yeah, I discovered like
hmm
a lot of artists as well, like and I was like, yo, you know what, I want to play those tracks live. How do I do it if I'm actually making future bass? Because future bass, like if I want to know if I want to get known by future bass, I'll need to play future bass, or
right.
either I don't want to be like like a lot of artists that actually like release this type of songs and then goes and DJs another type of songs. You know what I mean? I want to
Hmm
also like one of the reasons that I wanted to actually DJ, it was also because I wanted to play my own stuff live. I
Yeah.
want to make people experience what's my music. You know what I mean? And there's no point if I like if I don't do it like, you know, in real life. So I was like, you know what? I'm loving dubstep right now. I'm loving bass music right now. Why should I actually don't try? Like I should try dubstep. And I
Yeah.
remember like one of the first times that I tried dubstep, I was really scared because, you know, dubstep in people that actually like don't really understand dubstep, it's really complex, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
especially if you come from like making big room and all those genres, and then you go and make the dubstep, you're like, oh, this is complex.
Mhm.
And there's so
Why
many
everything's
subgenres of it.
yeah,
Like,
and how is this like loud? How people make this loud? How people make this kind of basses? Yo, how can you actually produce at 150 BPM? That's you like that's crazy. Then I tried it and I was like legit trying, and once I actually had my initial main sound, I stopped my name DCR, and like I started to actually like think on another name, and I wanted something that was mine because DCR was cool, but like the thing is, DCR was only my initials, and there's a
Okay.
lot of people actually having the same initials, which is normal. So I was like, you know what? I need something that is more mine, that something that when people actually go online, they will write it and then they will find me. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Searchable, unique.
Exactly.
mhm.
And I went to so I always loved, you know, astrology. No, yeah, astronomy, not astrology. Yeah,
Both,
astronomy.
yeah.
Mhm.
And you know, I always loved like, you know, the space, you know, how space was cool and stuff. And so I went to Google and I went to search how you'd say space in Japanese. Because I'm a big nerd of now in like, you know, anime, and I was like, yo, you know what? How to say space in Japanese. And then turns out that it's like Ushūu. So it's like
Oh.
Ah.
UCHU. I was like, all right, that's cool. And then now I'm just like sending like 2 letters to actually like so people actually go directly on my account instead of like some Japanese accounts.
Yeah.
And
They're
then
looking for something Japanese and
yeah,
they land on you.
yeah, but like
They're
because
like, what is this gibberish?
sometimes it happened, like, you know, and so I was like, yeah, let me just send everything here so it goes more mine. And then like
Mhm.
I went to like the doc, and then the doctor comes for DR, so 2 initials of mine that actually make
Oh.
doctor. And then also there's like this running gag of like my grandpa. He always wanted me to actually be a doctor, and like I never wanted to because like I'm like, no, I'm not becoming a doctor. Like you wanted 2 things, or either me to join the military, or me to actually join like to become a doctor. I was like, hell no, I'm not going to be like a military. Hell no, I'm not going to becoming a doctor. I'm not spending like 10 years on school at school. I hate school. And
Mhm.
then and then so the running gag, it was like, you know what? I'm gonna become the doctor, but of my own, like on my own. It's gonna be my type of doctor. And then
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I will
so
say,
cool.
yeah, you
and
are
then
like a
yeah,
doctor because your music
Mhm.
is healing and it
yeah,
hypes people up and brings people
exactly.
out of
So
bad mindsets and out of bad places. So,
You're
exactly,
prescribing your music to us.
exactly, yeah.
yes.
Prophecy
And
fulfilled.
yeah, I think he doesn't really get that yet, but yeah.
It's hard to explain that to grandparents sometimes.
That's
Yeah.
hard.
And
But
yeah, I mean, this is your dream and this is what you've been working towards for what,
exactly,
10 years now?
and
And now that you're working on your visa to do a US tour,
Mhm.
that's like a huge step, like a huge
exactly,
milestone.
it's
Like,
super huge. And I mean, it kind of gets now a little bit, because is a little bit old now, and like they don't really like understand how can people actually live off music. How,
If you're not playing an instrument.
exactly, not even
Yeah.
that. It's like, people actually shouldn't really live from music, because people should actually work, with like their bare
Yeah.
hands, and like build something, especially men. So I'm like, yeah, no, it's not like really like
It's not
that.
for me.
Not
It's
for
not
me.
like that in
Sorry.
2023.
Yeah,
Yeah, that generation is very like obviously old school.
yeah,
So it's
and
understandable
yes,
why you would feel that
Dr.
way.
Ushūu comes from that, and then after
That's
that,
cool.
I created like the term Ushūverse, which means like which means it's my universe, because like the
Mhm.
Dr. Ushūu, at the end of the day, if you actually like want to do to put a lore behind it, it's like what's happening inside of my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my universe. It's like you when you're entering to the Ushūverse, you're entering to my universe, and like as I said, I'm someone that overthinks, and like sometimes overthinking feels like you're traveling to like a universe, right? Like it's like you're just going. Sometimes you think so far that you're like, why the hell I'm thinking so far? You know what I mean? But you just keep thinking. So it comes like everything comes into an end, like into something, and like that something is like my universe, and like that's why my music I think is so like different every time, because every time you just think different, and like every time you just like do something different, and that's how I like that's why
Mhm.
how I think actually. So yeah, it's
That's really
Love that for
cool.
you.
I had no idea about the Japanese word. I love that, and how it ties into like your name means space in Japanese, but now you have the Ushūu verse, and I loved that your disciple cover art was also space themed, and
yeah,
like all of that. That's a really deep. There's a lot of substance to that kind of
yeah.
branding.
It's not
Yeah.
only like having like the aesthetic of like having the space, and like just sometimes you see a lot of an artist, and you're like, just the theme. There's nothing that actually goes around, and I don't want it like to actually be like only a theme. I want to be people actually like understand what is the theme. You know what I mean? Why I actually like put this astronaut every time, because that
Mhm.
astronaut is me,
That's so
basically.
cool.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. And anytime I listen to your music too, I love like how you have a distinct sound. Like a lot of the
Yeah.
times I can tell like, oh, this is a Dr. Ushūu song.
Yeah,
So
sometimes it's annoying because I'm like, I don't want to sound like me. But
That's good though. That's that longevity piece too that I was
yeah.
talking about.
Sometimes my friend's like, yeah, it sounds Ushūu, and I'm like, what you saying about that?
Like, is that an insult?
like, is that a compliment or?
yeah. Sometimes like, yo, how do you say about that? Yo, stop.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we have a lot of questions. We want to
All
move
right.
into our second round. So we have our
Let's go.
submitted questions round.
Yeah.
So I'll just kind of run through these. I mean, we'll just have to pick a couple of them, but Trigger Path Official, he's asking if you're taking a shit and a spider crawls on your ass, do you keep going or try to kill it?
Oh my
That's the
god.
best question we've received so far.
I don't know. I think I'm just like running, especially if it's a spider. I think I'm gonna run. Yeah,
When you're in a
because
compromised position on the toilet.
yeah, I think I'm gonna run. Yeah,
You would
100%. I'm
run.
gonna run. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
would
don't
like
care.
finish my I would probably try to flick it off and then wipe and dip.
Yeah, I
Wipe
just
and dip.
running. If I need to actually take a shit on like outside, I will. I think at the end of it's better.
Whatever it takes to get away from that spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, just dip. That's funny.
Burn the
Yeah, that
house.
was a great question.
Yeah, best question I ever received so far.
The homie Shoku, I don't know if you know
Yeah.
him. He's an artist out of LA. He wants to know, would you rather open a festival with doors barely opening, or would you rather headline a major club venue?
Oh, that's a tough question because I
It
actually
is.
not did a, like in like a major club, but I actually like headline the club, and I think for now, like I mean, I did some festivals. I don't really have like the experience of like festivals and stuff. I'll say a major club headliner because
Yeah.
clubs are so fun to actually play.
Boots House.
Because especially that club. Oh my
Dude.
god. Oh my god. Last
Imagine
time I played,
headlining
I
that.
was like,
Oh,
oh my god, I will be crazy. Like I will literally be going crazy.
We
I
would
mean,
fly out there for that.
the part that like I just think is wild and I love is the pyro on the ceiling. Like
oh, I
that
didn't
would
saw
not that would not ever be allowed in the US ever.
that.
Like that is wild to me and I love it.
Oh my god. No, like the last time I went there, I played the small, so they have like the first stage, second stage, and the third stage. And even that, I was like, becoming, I just went wild because they just like threw confettis and a lot of stuff. And I remember the guy was throwing confettis, and I was looking at him like, the fuck? Like literally, I was playing and I was like, the fuck, bro?
Did he have a cannon or like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
gun?
kind of like cannon
I
with
love
gun.
those.
And I was like, bro, what the fuck? What you doing? Like, what's happening right now? And he's like, yo, party. And I'm like, oh
Keep
shit, let's go.
going.
Keep going.
That
Or
is so
like
cool.
we went to a festival called Nameless Festival out in Italy,
Yeah,
Keizo.
yeah,
And the part there that drove me crazy too was like it was a dome structure basically, like
yeah.
this huge structure, and then the pyro was going off in there. That's fine. But
They
like
were
there's always
shooting fireworks.
yeah, there's
Oh
like
my god.
fireworks too. And then there was like confetti. And I'm over here like, is this safe?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And
I
like
mean,
the
Rampage,
fireworks,
they have the same kind of like they have pyro in a dome kind of like last time on at Rampage Open Air. When me and Mozart, like when Mozart play, and then I went to the stage with him. There was like they have like this big ass dome,
Like a mega
and
structure, yeah,
yeah,
basically.
and then you just go there and you have like pyro. And I remember when I went there, uh, I was just looking at him. I was like, shit, there's fire here. What's happening? And like my head was like, oh my god, what is happening here? Why there's fire here? Is this for who? Like, what is happening?
yeah. And it's crazy because like at Nameless Festival, like there was a regular pyro where they like squirted out, but then the fireworks went off and the fireworks went off and they went all the way to the ceiling and exploded. And we were like, that would never be permitted in America. Like the
No.
fire marshal would not let that happen.
Oh my god,
We
no.
were downing some
No.
vodka backstage too with Cray. And I remember just looking at that, like taking shots, like the fuck? Like you wouldn't see this shit in
I
the
was
US.
like, let's rage.
Like, that's cool, I guess.
In America, they would probably have way too strong of fireworks and they would like blow the roof off the thing.
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Well, we have one more submitted question. Alios is asking where you were on the night of November 13th, 2022.
Wait, 13th, 2022. Wait, I don't
November
even know.
13th, 2022.
November 13th, 2022. So
Gotta look at the
I'm
calendar.
yeah, I'm literally looking at the calendar. I think in November I think it was like right after a show, by the way.
That's probably why they were asking. I bet you they were with you.
I don't know. Like I cannot say. I know that that date because like important like personal thing, but like yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would maybe like if it was in November. I remember like the 11th, I was like having a DJ set. Uh, it was Space Invaders, by the way. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I think like just home, chilling. I think it's that. Yeah, maybe
Okay.
I don't know, or just like playing dumb games as
That's
always.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, we're
Yeah.
gonna move into the lightning round.
Let's go.
We have, I don't know, 9 or 10 questions, but really just like answer them pretty quick. You know, usually they're like yes or no answers, or just spit out whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
So first one is, what artist do you think will blow up this year?
Ooh. I think this year I'm gonna give you a big shot on Bezo.
Bezo.
Yeah,
So
Bezo. Like that homie has been like making music for a long while, and like the ideas he has, like, you know, on on stock are amazing.
mhm.
Are amazing. I can't wait to actually him to actually put them all. So yeah, Bezo, Bezo, I think he's like blowing up this year. Like,
Sick.
Oh yeah. We have to, sounds like we have to get him on a Riot Control radio mix.
yeah,
Mhm.
you should,
Yes,
you should.
Sweet Tooth was talking about him too the other day.
Yeah, Bezo is cracked.
Okay, hell yeah.
All
I'll
right,
take
next one. The big debate that we see on Twitter. Trench
Oh no.
or Rhythm?
I thought I'm like someone on an interview actually told me like asked me that too, like trench or rhythm. Actually, I don't know, because both are valid. You know what I mean? There's no trench. I mean, at the end of the day, there's no like trench or rhythm. It's like dubstep.
Mhm.
So if you want to call that wonky dubstep thing rhythm, you can call it like I call it. And if you want to call it trench, you can. I mean, at the end of the day, the big debate was on, in fact, saying, "Yo, I think my music should be called trench." So if like I make rhythm, I want my music to actually be called rhythm. You know what I
Mhm.
mean, there's no like, if tomorrow I want to make a trench song, I will make it. You know what I mean? There's no like debate on it, because it's both things are valid. You know what I
It's
mean?
in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly. It's like, even imagine like if someone goes and makes dubstep at 175 BPM, and someone goes like, so it's drum step, and he's like, no,
Mhm.
it's fast dubstep. You know what I
Hard
mean?
dance.
Our dance, and then people are like, no, it's not. Yes, it is, because I call it like this. You know what I mean? Just
Call it
you,
what you want. Yeah.
exactly, just call it how you want, and don't make debates about it. There's a lot of things to actually
Yeah.
debate more.
Yeah,
Come
there's
on.
more important topics to talk about
Exactly.
than this trench or rhythm debate.
Exactly.
All right, next question is, what countries do you think go the hardest?
Oh damn. Oh. Uh in terms of dubstep, or like,
In
the
dubstep terms.
I think so, excluding America, because Americans, I never been there. I
So you
think the
can't really have a
countries,
say.
yeah. I think like France actually is one of the countries.
That's what we've been hearing.
Mhm.
Yeah, France, it's like wild in terms of dubstep. Germany too. Germany is wild. Belgium too, I'll say. And actually, out of all the countries that I actually played, Spain and Hungary are,
Hungary.
Oh, hungry. Yeah.
yeah. But like Spain was amazing, because Spain, they kind of don't really have dubstep there, and like once they have dubstep there, they actually cherish a lot.
Oh.
So
That would make sense. Yeah.
you can play whatever you want to play. They're just happy about it.
Mhm.
France, they actually are happy about everything, but they're just like, since they have a lot of things going on for years, just like they want to pick some things. You know what I mean? Like if this artist plays, I don't know, this track, they were like, all right, no, I'm not dancing. And
Yeah.
then they'll be
They're
like,
a
They're
lot more
picky.
critical.
yeah, there's more critical. I mean, it's French. Like French people are critical every time.
Yeah.
Like they just like love to criticize. It's their job. Like, and I'm saying this as someone that lives for like 10 years, like for like 12 years here, really, yeah. And then so, they're like, but Spain, the last time, like, I mean, the first time and the last time that I played there, was amazing because you can put like every track, they just knew about it and it's just like dancing. And it was,
Right.
I remember it was so memorable playing there that I was like, you know what, this is one of the countries that actually go insanely hard. So yeah, France, Belgium, Germany, Hungary, and Spain, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's like the top 5 of me.
Sick.
Hell yeah. Well, next one here. What is your dream back to back?
Oh,
We're
I don't
asking
know.
hard questions.
Putting you on the
That's
spot
hard.
here.
That's hard. That's super hard. But like, actually, one of my dream back to backs is like someone that I like. Sweet Tooth.
He
Yes.
loves
Oh my
you.
God.
Yeah,
I would kill
Sweet
to see
Tooth.
that live.
I would
Yeah.
fly out there.
Yeah. Like
Or
if
you do
that's
it here.
Yeah, like if that's
Yeah.
happening here or at Blacklist Festival or something, like we're
Yeah,
going.
We're going.
yeah. Sweet Tooth back to back, like it will be amazing. Um, Ivory back to back will be nuts too. I mean,
Dude, I love him.
Ivory is like my big brother, literally. So, it's literally personal. When I say I want to back with him, it's literally personal. So yeah, it's one of my dream back to backs, and then I don't know, like Shivers.
The
Shivers.
butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's so like he has so much technique, and I'm so when I'm playing back to back with people, I'm kind of like really like I respect the other artists, of course, but like at the same time I'm very competitive, but I do it for
Mhm.
fun. It's like I don't know if you guys watched like Dragon Ball. I'm literally the Goku of like back to backs. I just
Oh,
want
yeah.
challenge. Yeah, I'm just like, yo, you know what? Like, and I just take too much pleasure when someone is killing me when we're playing, so I can actually like think what he's playing, and then I think which track will go after, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me just double with your double too,
Mhm.
and then I'm like, yo, I want to do everything. So
Like a
yeah,
battle.
Shivers will be an awesome back to back, I think, for me. But like, yeah, dream back to backs. I don't really like have dream back to backs. It's weird, but yeah, it's
That's
more
cool
like
that you said it
goals.
that way. Sweet Tooth actually was he was on our podcast like last week and he was like, whoever I go back to back with, I'm gonna have to make them keep up with me. Like this is a competition. Like he's like, I'm trying to make them work.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, I love to work. Let's go. And that's why I'm here. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
really love
people
it.
would go crazy for that back to back.
Because
Yeah.
here like the culture here when we back to back each other with like friends and stuff, we just like to sometimes we did this game called the Massacre Doubler. I mean, I tried to translate from French to English,
You
but
could
like
say it in
it's
French too.
yeah, but it's weird in French too. But like it's like we have this competition about like you have right like the decks and someone puts a tune and the other one needs to double it, and if the double it's not cool, you need to drink it. You need to drink, and it's
Oh,
a drinking game. So
drink.
Oh.
Yeah.
so it kind of makes you in a competition, but the thing is, at the end of the day, everyone is just drunk, and then like no, everything just is cool or everything is just bad. So
Yeah.
you cannot say everything like what is good, what is bad. I don't drink, but like the thing is, like my homies drink, and then we're like, yo, this football is good and it's bad, and we did that last time when we actually went to we rented this whole back like big villa with all the dubstep, like for all the French dubstep or some
Oh,
of them the
was
French
Amplifier
dubstep.
there?
Yes, Amplifier
I
was
remember
Yeah.
there.
seeing this. Yes.
I saw
Yeah,
that
everyone
too.
was there.
That
So
looks
House
sick.
we did
party.
that. Yeah, we did literally a house party and it was so cool. And yeah, we did it with this kind of like role, and we just stood there for like hours, countless hours, just like all night long, just back to backing with like 15 persons. You know what I mean? So
That's
it
sick.
was so cool. So yeah, I love to be competitive when I'm back to backing, but not the bad competitive. I don't want to be on the spotlight. I would just like have fun with the hobby that is back to backing with me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure back to back with Sweet Tooth will be like awesome. So
Mm.
so
So
especially
promoters,
because
if you're listening.
you cannot play my tracks.
Oh, there you go. Only you can play your track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
That's funny.
Next one here, Mac or PC?
PC.
Good answer. I'm a PC
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. No, I don't like Macs. Even like iPhones. Like I
Mm.
know you guys in America you just like all use iPhones and if I go there I'm just like, yo, you know what? I have my big ass Android. I'm like, ah.
Your green text.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was an Android girl, and then somehow this
Yeah.
girl over here was able to convince me to convert to iPhone because literally no one wanted
Let's
to include
go.
me in text messages, literally like in
Oh
group
my God.
chats or anything, or like for business stuff. No one wanted to
Yeah.
include me in any group chats because of the green
Oh
text.
no.
So
Here
it's
here is
just
different.
easier to run your businesses, honestly, on
Yeah.
iPhones.
I mean, here is different because we have like WhatsApp. So like WhatsApp is like
Yeah,
the same thing
true.
basically. Because like not all the people actually have money to actually have like afford iPhones. Especially because they
Mhm.
are getting expensive and yeah. Now.
Yeah. I know I have to buy a new iPhone here pretty soon, and I'm like, all right, it's gonna be like $1,400 for the new one.
Oh my
Not
God,
ready.
no.
It's
Yeah,
like rent right there almost. All right, Ableton or FL?
FL 100%.
I figured.
Who are your producer best friends?
Producer best friends. I have Bizo, Azabim. I mean, all the Frenchies, by the way, like Bizo, Azabim, Ra Us, uh, you know, Ecraze, Graphite,
E-Craze is sick.
yeah,
Love
and like
E-Craze.
he's such a sweet guy too. We
That
have like
showcase mix he
Samplify.
dropped was crazy.
I know, right? I'm like, oh my God,
Dude,
how can
he
you
is
release that?
cracked.
Mhm.
And like Samplifier, Ivory is like one of literally like the best homies too.
Oh my
Like,
God, his Newsflash remix.
yeah.
That's like on repeat. I
Oh,
love it.
amazing,
Like,
amazing.
yeah, so
And
good. And even
yeah,
Samplifier's Cyber Death remix, like all the
yeah.
homies,
Mhm.
they're so sick.
And then yeah, we have like also like like the best like the guys from Dub Valley, like the Dub Valley was like one of like a small agency from Netherlands that actually turned to MB artists right after.
Mm.
So we were like I will say 20 producers, and like now the list goes on, and we are all homies, and we actually see each other in every gig almost. So yeah, you have like Madcore, Wellen, you have like Invaders, you have like
Mhm.
Antima, like a lot, like Evil Noise, a lot of artists, and then we just like homies every time, and we just like do Discord calls, and that's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah,
Well, that brings us into our last question.
yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Let's go.
Ivory, Azabeam, or Bezo?
Yeah, wait. Oh shit. All right, I need to.
Do you want me to
Now-
repeat it?
Yeah, you need to repeat it.
Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. Ivory, Azabeam, or Bezo.
So, I will marry Bezo. I will fuck Ivory. I will kill Hatsumi.
Killing Azabim.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Oh, poor guy. Rest in
yeah.
peace. He gets a follow from me on Spotify though.
Let's go.
Everybody gets a follow on Spotify.
You get a follow. You get a
You gotta
follow.
follow. You gotta follow.
I just followed Bezo too. So there you go.
Let's go.
Yeah. So if Bezo is listening to this, you might have some FBI agents sliding
Yeah.
into your DMs. So
Let's go.
So better
Mhm.
reply. Don't leave us
Yeah.
on red.
exactly. Well, that was a really great conversation that we had.
Yeah.
And I loved hearing your story of like how Dr. Ushūu came to be and like how you started making music and just everything in general,
Mhm.
because I was actually Googling and doing some research to see if you had done any other video interviews. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't find any. So
Yeah, there was like one that I did with like Wolfson.
Okay.
You call yeah. Wolfson, but we were like in depth of like, the scene and how he's working and stuff. There's like another one that is coming out in French too, but he's in
Oh,
French.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
like-
yeah. So I feel like this would be a good segue into like the US market so that
Yeah.
all of your US fans can better understand your story and
Yeah.
your brand and your personality and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Throw it on the
So-
visa application.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
is
we legit throwing that.
yes. I was telling Tom that like gotta throw it on the application, literally. But
Mhm.
do you have any final words that you'd like to say to everyone who's listening before we wrap this up?
I don't know. I'm always like in blank in my head. Like when people say, "Yo, you have final words," I'm like,
Thank
"Yeah."
you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll
Like,
say.
merci.
I'll say, yeah, thank you for actually being supporting me and like, if you're watching this, yeah, it's because you have interest in my music, and that's awesome because you just became my new friend, which is cool. And and yeah, guys, I'll see you soon, and expect not more music and more content real soon because it was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that
Hell yeah.
remix is about to
Yeah.
burn the speakers.
Yeah.
This is
Mhm.
war.
Yeah,
This is
everybody
war.
go blast the remix. Go blast the new Monster Cat release, Love Me.
Yeah.
So
Love me. Let's
yeah.
go.
Mhm.
Yeah.